What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Let's see, wait for a few people to get on here. I got a couple on already. Who's on here? Evan the Arcade DK14. What's going on? What's happening, everybody? First. All right. What's going on? All right. We got a few people coming on now. What's going on, everybody? Busy from SD. Own it. All right. About to go put a stand on one of my gumball machines. All right, Azan. Azan Khan. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Azan Khan is 13 years old, young man who started a vending business with honesty boxes, charity boxes. And he's building up a business pretty quick for himself. So to be as young as he is, the young man has a lot of hustle. I like to see that. I wish that I had a head start like that when I was that age and really like working towards something. I hustled at that age, but not to the point of a business like that. I did things like washing cars and cutting yards, washing motorhomes. But I wish I'd have got into the vending business a little earlier. But yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. The only thing we have is the moment we have right now. So definitely working towards that. I noticed I had put up a video and I got a lot of questions on there. A lot of people, I always get questions and comments. People always asking questions, things and ideas, what my suggestions and tips are about certain things in the vending business. So I just wanted to touch on some questions. I like coming on here every chance I get to answer y'all's questions about anything that I could help with. And at the same time, I learn because sometimes I get ideas. All things gumball. Neil actually gave me an idea for a video and didn't even realize it. But I'm getting ready to put up a whole lot of different videos coming up here in the near future. But I did a video recently. I was showing how to put some vending machines into a car if you have a small car, showing how to transport some larger machines if maybe you didn't have a truck or if you didn't have a trailer. My first machine that I transported, I actually called a tow company with a flatbed to tow it for me until I got to the point where I was able to get a truck, and now I just use my little work truck to move a lot of my machines. I do it all myself for the most part. Maybe sometimes I get somebody to help me, and sometimes I just do it myself. Some of those machines are extremely heavy. I'm a pretty strong guy, so I can handle the load a lot of time, but if you want to move some of those full line machines, you definitely want to get insurance and you definitely want to be careful. I would recommend investing in a dolly. Try to get a dolly for yourself so that you can move those machines, because those machines they can get pretty heavy. Probably the heaviest one I moved was that pool table that I moved because of the wood, the type of wood it was. It was extremely heavy. But let me look through here. Set my camera up. Let me take a look at some of these questions we got right here, because I'm getting a lot of questions coming through so I can answer some of these questions. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, hey Mike G, I wanted to ask how peanut vending works with a coin shooter or candy vending machine. I heard they get stuck sometimes. I'm getting my first vending machine very soon. I never actually got a coin shooter. I was supposed to get one. Somebody said he was going to send me one, and he never sent it to me. So I never actually got one. But I don't know how they work. I know there's a guy named Cody McIntyre, I believe is his last name. And he has a YouTube video. He has some YouTube videos. He has a channel. And he was putting up a lot of videos about the coin shooters. So I don't know how well they work, because I've never actually dealt with one personally. I've just only seen them in the videos. But I know that any vending machine will have, its time where certain things will get stuck. Depends on how the product falls into the candy wheel. But for the most part, if you get a newer machine, you probably shouldn't have as much of an issue with newer machines as you would have with used machines. But he might be someone to check out to see what he had going on. I know he had like Mike and Ike's, and he had peanut M&Ms in there. I don't think that he had plain peanuts. My experience with plain peanuts, I put them in a bar. I put them actually in two different locations in bars because I always had heard that peanuts go well with beer and people would like them. And I know like the Crackle Barrel, they actually have the peanuts that you can break them and throw the shells on the ground and eat them with beer. But when I actually put peanuts in my Vinstar machines, they didn't do very well for me. And then I tried to change them out, and I tried some flavor peanuts, and then I tried mixed nuts. I tried pistachios. I've tried a bunch of different nuts, and the nuts haven't done well for me. And that's just my experience. I've done way better with peanut M&Ms. It still has the peanut in it, but it has the chocolate, and that just seems to be more attractive to most people. So I'm not telling you don't try them. You might have a gold mine for nuts. It might be a place that they do really well for. I have different locations that do well for certain products. And if I take that product to a different location and then I switch them around, like they won't sell. So it kind of just depends on the people, the employees, the customers who all's at the location who's buying your products. But as far as the peanuts, that's just something you'll have to try for yourself. And as far as the coin shooter, I'm not really 100% how it will work with that. I'd like to get my hands on one just to add it to my route because I like to have experience with a bunch of different types of machines. But I don't have one of those yet. So if you get one before I do, let me know how it works out. What website would I buy from if I bought a new machine online? It's not one in particular that I would buy from. I go online and I look at all type of different ones. I look on Craigslist. I look on Facebook Marketplace pages. I look on OfferUp, Let Go, any site that I can find. And if I find some good deals or good machines, then I just go for them for whatever the price is. And I try to make a deal. And then I figure out what's the fastest way I can make my money back. Can I buy 10 machines or 5 machines or 20 machines and then sell maybe 5 or 10 of them, make my money back, and then have the machine for free? So I'm always just trying to figure out how to flip my money quick instead of just like most people buy a machine and put it up and then try to make their money back out of it. It takes a while to get your investment back depending on your deal, the products going into it, insurance, paying for your business license, LLC, everything you put into it. So for me, I just try to make that money back faster so I'm already at least out of the red. And then I can go ahead and start making a profit. What's going on here? Jamie's messaging me. Okay. Let me see these comments. But yeah, just it's not just one particular website that I go to. I go whatever looks good. Whatever seems like it's the best. Wow. What happened with Pepsi? Okay, I got in touch with Pepsi and I spoke with the lady, and then she told me that she wasn't going to end up being the one that worked with me, that I had to get in touch with the other guy. So I got in touch with him. He's actually going on vacation. We're definitely not going to do anything this month, but he's getting ready to go on vacation. He'll be back January 3rd. So I told him if I didn't speak with him on the 3rd, if he didn't get in touch with me, then I would call him on the 4th and I would speak with him then. But we already got it set up to where we're probably going to try a location out. I'm going to try one location. I got an apartment location, and I'm going to see if I can get that handled. Nothing's like set in stone yet. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we're definitely speaking about getting a machine placed into that apartment location. And I'm going to try them out with that one location and see how that 20% works, because I like the fact that I don't have to do anything and it's completely passive income. Like there's no work from me whatsoever. There's no investment of money. There's no investment of time. The only thing I have to do is find the location. So what I do is I assume the role of a locator. And for that, I'll get 20% every quarter. And I like the sound of that because I'm still going to put out my machines and still maintain my business and grow my business. But I figured I want to try it. I've heard a lot of horror stories from people who've worked with Coke and Pepsi, and everybody's telling me that they weren't satisfied, they weren't happy, this and that. But I can't let anybody else's experience, dictate me trying it. So I'm definitely going to try it. At least I can put a video out for y'all so you can see how it goes. And whether it works well for me or doesn't work well for me, you can kind of decide if it's something maybe you want to do by watching my experience. I feel like I have to try it regardless because, it's just like somebody going to a movie. They might go to a movie and feel like, oh, that movie was horrible. But then you might go watch it and you like it. So I have to go see how it works for me. I don't lose anything by trying it. It's not like I lose an investment. They'll pull the machine any given time that I ask them to. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see if I can get them to place it in there. If they place it in there, I try it out for a little while. It's there. I don't have to worry about it. Once my statement comes through, my quarterly statement, then as long as I don't have any issues along the way, I'll share it with you and what it did. And we'll go from there and decide if it's something that I want to continue doing. Like, I'm not losing it regardless. The apartment is a location that I probably wouldn't want to leave my machine outside anyway. Somebody might break into it after what happened at the other apartment. So, if I can get them to place their machine there, I avoid the hassle of vandalism, anything like that, and I can still make something out of it. So rather than lose the opportunity of the location, I can still place something there. It'll save me the money of getting a cage and dealing with that. But we'll see what happens. That's going to take place in January. So I'm going to move forward with it in January. And like I say, I'll put videos on it and keep y'all up on what's going on with it. Okay. Keith, what's going on, man? Good to see you on here, buddy. Finally made it on live. Okay, good to have you on there. Did you ever get your claw machine working yet? Actually, I went out there, I messed with it a little bit, and I got it working a little bit more, but it still has a little bit of issue. At least I have a little control with the joystick. I haven't really put much time in it. I've just had it sitting out there because I've been dealing with a lot of other things. A lot of y'all know that I don't just do vending. Vending is just one of the small things that I do. But as I grow more and more with my vending and YouTube, and it frees up some of the other things that I have going on, then I'll be able to invest more time into it. But I was definitely looking at a few combo machines. I was actually trying to make a deal with a guy to buy some locations today, but it didn't come through. This guy's all over the place. He's got a bunch of machines himself, and I'm trying to add a few more locations. But I like those combo machines because it's all in one. Okay, let me see here. I need some money. Me too. I know that feeling. I always need money. I never have enough. I'm always trying to hustle for that next dollar. Okay, I got a question. Is it better to spend $600 on 25 honor boxes or $600 on 3 to 4 gumball machines? If you're spending $600 on 25 honor boxes that they don't cost that much. It definitely shouldn't cost that much. Or $600 on 3 to 4 gumball machines. There's no way I'll pay $600 for 3 to 4 gumball machines. If I was buying 3 or 4 gumball machines, I'm trying to get them for, I don't know, less than $100. Floyd, what's up, man? I'm still waiting on my permit to come back. Then I will start making vending videos. Okay, what permit are you waiting on to make vending videos? You may as well just get started. I can't seem to see you in this video. Bro, where you at? Is anybody else having that problem? Can y'all see me fine? Somebody says that they can't see me on the video. So I don't know if it's maybe my camera or if it's maybe their camera in particular. Great informative video earlier. Okay. I imagine you're talking about the one where I was transporting the machines. Yeah, I got a little idea that came up. So I might be showing a few more types of transport videos showing the grind, the hustle from the beginning. I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning and start over and show the grind from the beginning for anybody starting out. So if y'all would like to see something like that with limited resources, starting it out, y'all let me know. Y'all hit the thumbs up button if y'all want to see me do a video like that where I start from the beginning, get a machine, go put it out with limited resources and try to create something, and I'll follow that one story so y'all can see that one particular one grow. Are you in the army? Haha. Nah. Just wanted to wear my just something that I wore today. Chrome Vending, do your thing. A rose in a rose in a tube vending machine would be a good idea. Do you think a rose in a tube vending machine would be a good idea? I think it all depends on where you put it at. Anything can be a good idea if you market it right. I know that when I used to work in nightclubs, there was always people that would come in there and they would sell, like, there was a lady who came in, she sold roses, she sold like stuffed animals, she sold these glow in the dark things. So like, I mean, any idea can be a good idea if you put action behind it. And I mean, I appreciate you for asking me, but honestly, it kind of really doesn't matter what I think. It's really what you think. What do you think you can, like, don't let anybody tell you you can or can't do something. Like, if you feel like it's something that could work, like, go test it out. Do the research. Go in the club. Go in a club or somewhere or anywhere where you maybe think it'll sell. Maybe at a flea market. Maybe in a mall. Like, try to present the idea yourself. Or maybe put up a vending machine and put some tube roses in it and see what they do. And maybe even if they don't sell in that location, maybe it's just location. Find out where roses sell the best and figure out how you could put that vending machine in places where roses sell. Maybe around Valentine's Day or something like that. Somebody's always got a birthday. Like, roses will definitely sell. But it's, where would you put it? Could you put it in a nursery where they sell flowers already? Something like that. It's all about thinking outside the box. Anytime you got an idea, figure out how you're going to make it work for yourself. What online sites do you prefer to buy your vending machines on? Like I was saying earlier, I go on Craigslist, I go on Facebook Marketplace pages, OfferUp, Let Go, wherever I can find stuff. Usually I'd say probably predominantly the most of my purchases have been on Facebook Marketplace pages. And the reason why is because I'm like on almost 40 different ones here in my local area. But you know, I always check Craigslist. I always check OfferUp and Let Go, other pages as well. Usually those are more the local ones that I'm looking for because I don't want to wait for something to be shipped to me or pay the extra cost. I just go pick it up. I'm kind of impulsive. When I find that I want a machine, I want to go pick it up right then. So I'll load up the truck and I'll go get it right at that moment. But yeah, those seem to be the ones that work the best for me, is the Facebook Marketplace pages. So you can check out any of those. If you want to buy used machines. If you want to buy new, you could try eBay and Amazon. I always put links to the Amazon pages that sell different that market different vending machines. So if anybody ever wants to check those out, you can check those out. It's two different ways that you can start a business. Either if you already have a lot of money, you can invest that money and you save yourself time and you buy new stuff and get everything working and flipping. And then if you don't have the money to start, then you invest a little less money because you got to buy used, but now you have to invest your time. So you're going to invest one or the other. You're going to invest money or you're going to invest time. If you have the time and maybe a little less money, then you buy used. And that's what I did when I started. I bought a lot of used machines and I invested my time fixing them up, spray painting them, cleaning them up, and then going out and getting the locations myself. If you actually have more money to invest and you don't mind, then you can spend a little bit more money, but it saves you time. Now you use your time for other things. And once you get, I think that's really like the whole point of business, is get to this point where you can save your time by investing money, by having more money to invest, that you can get things going. Now, I'm not telling you like go out and spend the most money on all brand new equipment and just take forever to make your money back. If you can find deals, obviously you still want to do that. Just because you have money, it doesn't give you, you know, doesn't mean that you just have to go and spend it all on something if you can find a better deal. You definitely want to be smart with your money and your investments at the same time. That way you can make your ROI back faster, your return on your investment. But yeah, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace pages, OfferUp, Let Go. Those are the best for used machines if you're starting with less money and you have more time. And Amazon and eBay, if you have a little more money and you don't want to waste the time renovating anything, you want something already ready to go. Those two places are probably the best for the new machines. And like I say, I usually put some links on my page just for anybody who wants to go the route of buying newer machines. I put them there. Okay, hello. I've been going around to different businesses. I went to offices, hotels, etc. They keep saying no. When you first started out vending, did you get a lot of no's before you heard yes? Actually, no, I didn't. There's another no for you. I actually had a lot of yeses in the beginning. I think I didn't get a no for a while. I think like my first 7 or 8 were yeses. But the difference is I wasn't going to hotels and all type of restaurants and places like that. I was actually going through people that I knew, and I actually put it up in the club that I had worked in, and then I worked pretty much the majority of the clubs here until a bunch of them started closing down based on shootings and stupid stuff. But while those places were open, I went to a lot of those managers, and since I worked there, I asked them if I could place my machines in there, and I ended up placing quite a few machines. I worked with a lady at the flea market. She let me place it there. I knew a friend that had a barber shop. I placed it there. I knew another lady who had she was like the head of a restaurant, and I went and placed one there. So I just asked a lot of people that I knew, friends and prior places of employment. And those ended up working well for me. And I think once I kind of tapped into all of my resources and people that I knew, that's when I just started out. I was like, well, who else can I get in touch with? I couldn't think of anybody. I tapped into all my friends and resources that I thought that I knew. Then I just started going business to business. I'd go pull up, I'd hit plazas, and I'd walk store to store and tell them I'm a local vendor. And I had some vending machines, the little 25-cent gumball turners. They're good for, kids coming in. It gives them an incentive to sit down and be quiet. Maybe your employees, when they're hungry, they need a little sugar. They can't go for a break or they can't go for lunch. And I'm here local, so I can come and service the machine if there's ever any issues with it. I come and check the machine regularly. I come every 30 days. I can come faster if you need me to. And, I just kind of express my value to the business owner. And, then I did start getting some no's, but I never let the no's discourage me. Like, I didn't even think about them. Once I was gone, I was just like, I'm on for my next yes. I'm looking for a yes. I'm looking for a yes. Why waste time concentrating on the no's? Once the no's gone, it's gone. I'm moving on to the next one. Like, I don't even think about it for a second. So don't let it discourage you. Maybe use those no's as a challenge to figure out, okay, well, this type of location isn't working. What can I do? Or maybe what I'm saying isn't working. Maybe I have to create a different type of value or speak to people a little different. But, you create your spiel. The more you do it, you'll hear people that would just turn you straight down. Then you'll hear people that'll be straddling the fence. They might have the mindset of maybe if this or this. And then, you're kind of getting a little closer. So you just have to build on that. It's all a learning experience. Even me, I get no's, I get yeses. It doesn't matter. I expect a certain amount of no's. I expect a certain amount of yeses. But the more you do it, the more confident you'll get. Every little victory builds confidence. And the more victories you have and the greater your confidence builds, then before long, like, you won't even care. You'll just go in there and you'll just start getting locations. It'll start getting easier for you. Watch the video of a Japanese vending machine and have thought about doing umbrella vending machines. Okay. Umbrella vending machines. I think I did see that. I think I saw that same video. I think the guy had it like on a stand. It was like a kiosk and he had it on the side. I did see that video. If that works in your area, then that's cool. Let me know how that works out for you. Don't try it in Southern California. They say it never rains over there. I want to start a vending machine business, but I am very scared. You know what? Fear has two meanings. I saw this a long time ago. It's an acronym for face or forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So it's all how you use that fear. They say with no risk, there's no reward. So the thing is, you just have to try. You can't be paralyzed by the fear of failure. Because if you're paralyzed by the fear of failure, you'll never accomplish anything. So, I mean, if it's something you really want to do, just step out of your comfort zone. One thing's for sure, to achieve something you've never achieved, you have to do something you've never done. If you continue doing the same thing, it's insanity to expect to get a different result. You have to step out of your comfort zone. And they say if you want to do something great, you have to be great, you have to become comfortable being uncomfortable. So if that puts you in an uncomfortable position, it's just because you're not used to it yet. Think about somebody playing the piano, learning to play the piano. They don't have the dexterity in their fingers to actually play a melodious tune. But over time, working it, doing it over and over, eventually it becomes second nature and they can just play. So it's the same kind of thing when if you're shy or nervous about speaking with people, you just have to speak to more people. And then you get used to it. Just say hello to people when they pass by. Get used to speaking with people. And once you let's say that you develop your communication skills, then you can use them anytime you want. It doesn't even have only to do with vending, but it definitely helps when you're trying to get locations. How do you do it as far as peanut allergies and the machines that previously hosted peanuts? Well, if you have that, I think it's always safe to put peanut allergy warnings on your machines. You can say that this machine may have contained peanut fragments, just to protect yourself. Obviously, you want to have liability insurance because that's important. But definitely those stickers will help out a lot. Spence, what's going on, man? Good to see you on here. Start small and test the waters. That's great advice. That's what I did. I started with one vending machine. I mean, I dove in afterwards once I already saw, but not immediately. I've given my story a lot of times, but for those of you who don't know it, I started with one triple head vending machine. It wasn't a Vendstar. My first one wasn't a Vendstar, even though I did grow most of my business with the Vendstar machines. And I know a lot of people don't really like those machines. But I ended up with a triple head Eagle machine. And I bought it in a thrift shop. I paid $75 for it. Cleaned it up. Ended up putting it out after a while. Decided to get serious with it. I found a deal for 12 machines. Now that was a little more than I wanted to jump into. And I was a little nervous about buying 12. I didn't know if I could locate 12 machines. I felt like I only wanted to get maybe like two, maybe one or two, or maybe three more at most. Maybe a total of 5 just to see what happened. And I found a deal for 12 and I didn't want to let it go because it was less than what I paid for my original one. And I just dove right in. I got them. And like I said, I placed like the first 7 or 8 of those 12 like immediately, like within the first 2 weeks. And I was feeling confident and good about myself. I don't know, maybe if I wouldn't have placed those machines so easily at first, maybe I would have got discouraged and felt like vending wasn't for me. But I got going, I got them out. And look what it's developed to now. It's become a lot more than just me. It's become a community of all the people who actually get on here and who are looking for another form of income to create something for themselves. And some people have actually taken it to another level. I have Mark. Oops. I have this guy named Mark that he jumped in and he actually bought established routes. He bought like, I don't know, maybe 10, however, 8, 9, 10 routes that were already established. I think he said he's got like 176 machines. His goal is to try to hit 200 before the year's up. He's already making collections and like he got started a lot faster than I did. And if you jump in like that, you can really create something from yourself. I started from the ground up and worked my way up, but it all depends on your ability to hustle and things you have going on. Like you could really do well with it, especially if you get into full line machines. Like there's really a lot of opportunities with it. Okay, what's going on, man? I'm about to get into hemp derived CBD products. They're buds similar to top shelf cannabis with under 0.3% THC, legal in all 50 states. Okay, but is that legal just state-wise or legal federally? Because I know a lot of time that I just got back from Las Vegas and they have marijuana dispensaries out there that are legal on the street. But I know that the way that the law goes, that it's legal in a lot of states, but it's still illegal federally. So if they ever wanted to get you for something, the federal, the feds can still come in and they can still indict you. So until it becomes completely legal, it's definitely something I wouldn't want to mess with because I wouldn't want to take that chance. But I know a lot of people who are doing well with it. I did post a video like probably last year, or it's been a long time ago. And there was a guy in Canada who has marijuana vending machines. And I spoke about him numerous times, that this guy, he at the time, he said he had just gotten involved in the marijuana vending business. And he was already making 6 figures for the year. And he had only been doing it a few months. And this guy said that, I know that he had bags in there that were like products that were like, maybe, I don't even think he had 10. I think the lowest product he had in there was 20. And it went up to like 100 and better. And he said that he was refilling his machine between 4 to 6 times a day. So that's crazy. But it's definitely opportunity there. Okay, hold on a minute. Somebody sent me a super chat. So let me check this out and I'll come back on the comments. Okay, the Velcro is coming off my stand. So let me see this. Thomas Cass. I got to shout out Thomas Cass. He just sent me a $5 super chat donation. Thank you, Thomas Cass. 20 quarters for the vending man. Awesome, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. So I got to stop immediately and go to whoever sends super chats. I got to shout them out. Now I scroll back up. Let me see where I was at. I appreciate that, Thomas Cass. That's awesome, man. Okay. Do you have any tips on how to make your money work hard for you and get good returns? For example, would be the profits from your vending machines. Well, definitely vending machines is a good way to do that. But there are so many different things that you can invest in. You just have to figure out what works for you. You know what? Let me adjust this stand a little bit because I feel like I'm crouching. All right. But yeah, there are so many different things. I was even looking into, for a little while, I was looking into honeybees. Like, the bees do all the work. You buy a nuke of bees, maybe 5 frames, or maybe even buy a 10-frame nuke. And you can split both of those 5 frames into 2 frames. And they're going to procreate. They're going to build more bees. They're going to create honey. They're going to pollinate whatever flowers or fruit trees you have. I have a lot of fruit trees in my yard. So I was thinking about getting them for that, just for the pollination. I know a guy who has thousands of boxes of bees, of nukes, and he takes them out to like watermelon fields and where they have orange tree fields and mango tree fields. And he charges people $130 a box just for pollination. He says honey is one of the smallest income revenues that he gets from his bees. And the bees do all the work. He takes them off, drops them off, leaves them there. He goes and picks them up after the pollination period. They're still, it's not completely passive. It's some active work there. You have to set up the contract and set it out. But the bees do all the work. Like, there's almost nothing that is completely passive. Usually you still have to do some form of work. You at least have to set it up. It exists, but it's almost non-existent. You have to get things going. And then once you get it to the point that it can sustain itself, that's when it becomes passive. But, there are so many different things you can do. Writing a book, you have to put in the work. But once you do the initial work and you put it out, anybody could write a book. You can go on the website called Create Space and edit it yourself. Put it out there. Now you have something generating money for you. You can start a YouTube channel. You can put out vending machines. You can flip cars. Like, I mean, there's so many ways that, I mean, and there's so many things I haven't even touched on. Maybe it's something that you can come up with that works for you. And but that's the whole goal, to try to make it as passive as possible. What is the line that you use to catch the people's attention? Because what I would say is, are you looking to have a vending machine in your building? Should I use a different line? What I do, I normally go in, I try to see, it's better if you find a bigger business. In the beginning, I just looked for places just to find places. But then I realized like some of my places weren't really that good. So I didn't want to have my triple machines in there. I put a few gumball machines in there, and I knew that I could leave those for 6 months or longer and not have to worry about it. So I still utilize my location, and I have a few locations that are like that I don't really show like collections videos of them because they're just gumball machines and they'll be there for months. But I like to put my Venstars or my triple heads in locations that I feel are going to go faster. And I want to do my collections a little faster in those places. So I go to places where I see either they got a pretty big parking lot and they have more cars there, so I know it's more employees or more customers there. I know those are places that are going to do a little better. And or maybe even a soda or snack machine. And if I see people outside that may look like employees, excuse me, do you work here? A lot of time I start right in the parking lot. Do you work here? And yeah, do y'all have vending machines inside? And either they tell me yes or no. If they tell me no, would y'all be interested in having some here? Who would I speak to about that? Sometimes they tell me, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Or maybe they tell me no, they got a kitchen or whatever. And maybe even then I'll still go in anyway. Or they tell me they already have a vendor and I'll still go in if I feel like, it's an opportunity. Are y'all happy with your current vendor? Is everything good? Maybe sometimes people want to get rid of their vendor. Maybe the vendor doesn't come and fill up the products and it's just isn't taking it serious, whatever. And I may leave my card, if you ever get to the point where you don't want your vendor, give me a call and maybe we work something out. And then if not, they don't have any, I go in, hey, I'm a local vendor in the area. I spoke with one of your employees outside. I mentioned the idea of vending machines and they thought it might be a good idea. So when they're on break and they told me you were the one that I should speak with. And, if I go in and there's a receptionist, excuse me, may I speak with so-and-so? Oh, somebody outside led me in this direction, said this is the person I should speak with. There will always, every situation will be different. But once you do get to that person, just break down, how I do it anyway. I just tell them I'm a local vendor and I spoke with some of your employees and they thought it might be a good idea. How do you feel about me placing a vending machine in here? And then you just take it from there, however the conversation goes. But yeah, every situation will be different. But maybe that's an idea you could try to use for yourself. Reyes! What's going on, Reyes? I'm glad you made it, bro. Reyes, the entrepreneur. Y'all have to go check out his channel if y'all don't know who Reyes is. I know we have, quite a few of the same followers. But if you don't know who Reyes is, go check out Reyes, the entrepreneur's channel. He actually has some vending machine videos. He's just recently gotten into the vending business, I'd say in like the last month or so. Maybe the last 2 months. And Reyes is killing it over there. He just bought a few more machines and he's growing quick. So if y'all want to see somebody else who's starting from the ground up, he started with, 1-2 vending machines and now he's been, how many vending machines you got over there now, Reyes? I know you just bought a little compilation of machines. You were looking at like 42. I think you only got like 10 of them though, didn't you? I want to start with 2 machines and build up. That's a good, set yourself goals. You always want to set yourself goals. Having a goal is very important because that lets you know where you want to be and it helps you reach that goal faster. If you just say, I want to get some vending machines and I want to build it up, like you don't really have a set goal, then you're more likely to be lackadaisical about it and not really like put a lot of effort into it. But if you set yourself goals, that's a faster way to grow because you set yourself accountable to meet that goal. Reyes, everybody's waving at you. What's good, everybody? Do you have an LLC business license? Yeah, it's important. I think it's important to have once you get to a certain level. You definitely want to have the business license. If you have assets, like I say, you definitely probably want to get an LLC or some kind of corporation, S corp, something. But you definitely want to cover yourself somehow if you have assets, if you have a house, cars, whatever, maybe money in the bank, maybe you have another business, some other things going on. You wouldn't want anybody to sue you. So I would definitely recommend, at least if you're gonna get insurance, I would definitely recommend that you get insurance liability. Um, and you definitely want to get your business license, especially as you build up. I didn't have any in the beginning, but I ran into an issue at one of my locations, one of my clubs. Somebody came in and said that one of the people from the city came down and said that I need to have a receipt in there. So the owner came and told me when I went in there to do a collection and refill. So I went down to the city tax office and I ended up finding out that here in my city, in city limits, I had to pay $3 per machine. It didn't matter if it was a gumball machine, a soda machine, a snack machine, arcade machine, that each vending machine I had to pay a $3 VIG for the entire year. And that wasn't a calendar year, it was a fiscal year. So it went all the way to like September, whatever it was. But anyways, I would recommend that you definitely get that, especially if you're planning on doing it as a business. But that was my story. Oh, wait a minute. I got to skip these comments. I got another super chat, another donation. Let me roll down. Let me see who donated here. Okay. Victor Nichols, Laundromat Secrets, $199. Awesome, man. I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. $100 for 3 capsule, all on one stand. Good. $100 for 3 capsules. Well, okay, so are you telling me that there's 3 machines plus 3 capsules all on one stand? So it's 6, or all 3 are actual 3 capsule machines? So is it 3 or is it 6? Victor Nichols. $100. It doesn't seem bad, especially if it's 6. I think that's a good deal. If it's 3, I mean, it still could be good. It depends on where you're going to get it. Does it come with a location already? Or do you have to place it? And is the machine in good working order? Do you have to buy keys and locks and things like that? So definitely fill me in on that. Let me see. I know I got another one here. Another $5. Thomas Cass. Schools, medical, prisons. Kill it. Pull out $1,000 a day without even trying. Yeah, definitely. You can make a lot of money in those places depending on what kind of products you have. I know, like, if you can get vending machines in school cafeterias, those will definitely do good, especially like high schools. If you can, or even colleges. If you can get medical, like hospitals, they overtax everything in there because a lot of those people are on 12-hour shifts and they can't leave. And sometimes they get tired of going down to the kitchen. Prisons, definitely good ones as well. You can put them in like visitation rooms when the prisoners come out to visit with their loved ones, friends, families, whatever. And they have the vending machines in there. Those make a killing. Things are overpriced in there. So definitely those 3 are awesome. Thank you for the donation again, Thomas Cass. I'm definitely gonna skip all the comments and roll down anytime somebody donates because I have to show the appreciation for that. That's cool. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Let me scroll back up. Okay. Let me see if I can catch up on some of these comments. Okay. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me see what Reyes said. If we could get Mike to 40 likes in this video, Mike will have me in the live stream. Uh-oh. Okay, that means I need 10 more likes. 10 more likes. I wish I could put Reyes on here at the same time, but I'm actually filming this from my phone. I need to start filming from my computer camera. That way Reyes can call me and I can secretly put him on live and he don't know that he's on there like he did me the other day. He got me good. I'm just talking and blabbing away. He's got me on live. Can I just walk into a business and put a machine in it if the owner says yes? Or do you have to have a vending license and insure all the machines before putting them in locations? Well, when I first started, I just went in and did that, but I learned as I went that I do need for my city. I have to pay that $3 tax certificate for each machine that I have. But the one good thing the lady told me is, let's say that I go into the tax office and I have 5 machines. Let's say I have 5 gumball machines, and I pay $3 each. That's $15. I don't have to renew until the following September. It don't matter if I add 50, 100, 200, 1,000 machines to my route. I won't have to pay that $3 fee for each of those machines until that following September. So that was a good little piece of information. And like I say, I'm not telling you that that's what your city will do. I'm just telling you my experience. That's what my experience was. And that's how it works here in the city of Ocala, city limits. So, it's something that you should check into. I'm just giving you, like my man Reyes says, free 99 information. So you take it and do what you can with it. Figure out what it is in your particular city. And it might be the same in your city. It might be something different. It might be different regulations. But check it out and see if that works for you. Because if it is, that's a good thing to know. His chat is way behind. Yeah, I know I'm behind, man. Let me see. Let me scoot up on some of these. Good price to pay for a triple head machine. Whatever you can afford, I would say, William. Whatever you can afford. Get whatever you can. Like I said, my first machine, I paid $75 for a triple head machine. And, that's what started me going. Derek Land, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on? Glad I could stop by. Good to see you on here, man. You ever have trouble with your Vinstar 3000s jamming with 1-inch gumballs? What do you do about every 7 turn it jams? Me, I don't put the 1-inch gumballs in there. I put the small ones. They're like I don't know exactly the size. They're the double bubble you get from Walmart. Not the big box or the big ones that you get at Sam's. I usually only put the large ones in my gumball machines because they're already constructed and engineered to accept those in the wheel. I don't have to play with the candy wheel much. But I put my double bubble in my Vinstars, the little small ones that I get at Walmart. It's like $7 a bag. So that's what works for me. Go hit that button. Go hit that like button, everybody. Likes are ROI. So show your support. Yeah, definitely. Y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody mentioning that. Keep up the good videos, Mike. Gotta go. But make sure to give this guy some likes. He deserves it. Hey, that's my man Reyes. Y'all make sure you go check out Reyes too. Reyes a busy guy. I'm glad every time I get him a chance to stop by on my channel. I always stop by on his live streams when I see him live too. The honor boxes I was thinking of getting each cost $25 new, the acrylic ones. Okay, I'm not really sure about the honor boxes. I know my buddy Jamie was doing them for a while at Farnsworthy Vending. And I know a few people do them. But I thought they were only a few dollars each. I didn't think they were that much. I actually saw a video about people constructing them with cardboard. But then again, now you're going back to either spending time or spending money. I probably wouldn't personally want to put a whole bunch of honor boxes together. But I don't have the time to do it anymore. But it could definitely work for somebody who does have more time and less capital to work with. Always great videos, great advice too. I appreciate it, Tina. Sheridan Systems. Yeah, Sheridan Systems is the one that that Jamie was going through, and a few of the other people. I think Azan Khan, I know he's doing them. I think he probably goes through the Sheridan Systems as well. Keith Hoff, another buddy of mine I talk to on a regular basis. They all go through Sheridan Systems, and that's probably one of the cheapest ways to get started in the vending business is through those honor charity boxes. And speaking of a charity, I have a charity that I deal with. It's not directly related. Like, I don't do vending just to give money to charity. So I want to avoid all the morality that comes in with that. I just do that because I have to pay taxes through my business. When you run a business, you have to pay taxes at the end of the year. And when you run your own business, a lot of time you got to 1099 it, and that actually gets into a whole different tax conversation. But since you have to pay taxes anyway, it's either give it to the government or give it to a charity. And me, I feel better giving it to a charity that I feel confident in. And since I work with Clint Hart, I brought it up. He does Feed 42 every year, and I donate to that. And I actually just did the Feed 42 a couple days ago. We did it on Thursday. So I have footage, and I'm working on putting the video together now. I'm getting close to it. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to tie the vending in with my video, because it's just all about the people coming, and I'm going to put it up on my channel. I'm not sure how interested people will be in that, because it's not really about the vending. It's more about the Feed 42 event, and we feed 42 indigent families. So I recorded it, and I'm going to put it on my video. I'm going to put it on my channel for those of you who would like to see it. And like I say, I don't only do my vending for that charity, but I do donate to that charity because I have to pay taxes anyway, and it gives me an opportunity to give back and do something that I really believe is good. But yeah, definitely you can check out those Sheridan System boxes if you want to get involved with those charities, and that's just another good thing. If not, remember, the only way to make money is hustle. You definitely have to hustle. It's not going to fall in your lap unless you play the lottery and you get lucky, but the odds are just so far against you. Like, I feel like you just throw the money away. Sharks Vending. What's up, Mike? I'm late, but glad it's still live. Just got back from a third day of collecting. Been killing it. That's awesome, man. I remember in the beginning, I was getting a lot of my keys and locks and things like that, stickers, from a place called Shark Attack. It was a vending company that I find on, I don't remember if it was eBay or Amazon. It was one of those sites. But now I got a locksmith, and I have my own people. I get my own stickers made, so I kind of found a way to cut out all the middle people and do everything myself. Is it best to start with small machines? I'm thinking about starting a little vending machine company out in Cali. That's what worked for me, and I felt like for me it was the best way to start, because I never want to dive all the way in. I want to test the waters out, so that's what works for me, because it might be something that I don't like or don't want to continue doing. So I start small and see how it works. I do all my research about it, and then once I do, I go from there. So maybe starting out with one or two may be a good thing for you. I wouldn't tell you necessarily just start with a small machine. If you wanted to start with a large machine, that would be fine too. But I happened to start with a small machine, and it worked for me, and then I worked my way up. I had a few locations, and at one of my locations, they asked me, they said, hey, my guys are killing your machine over here. Can you bring a soda machine or snack machine, something bigger? And then that's what led to my full line business, and then growing and exploring larger machines. This is Mark. Oh, that's Mark. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's the guy I was talking about earlier when I said Mark started his business and bought into quite a few routes that were already established. He didn't do the footwork to go out and actually get the locations. He went ahead and he bought the route already established, which that's when I was talking about earlier. If you have the working capital, you can move in and start making your profit a lot faster, buying newer machines, buying established routes, things like that. Or if you have less capital, now you have to buy used, or maybe something you have to put money and time into, but you can develop it because you don't have as much capital, but you have more time. Where he had maybe a little more money and he saved himself some time. So that's awesome. Mark's killing it. He's on the vending. He's on my Chrome Vending Facebook group. So if any of you all who are watching, if you're not a member of Chrome Vending Facebook group and you'd like to be, send me a request and I'll add you on. I'll accept you to the group. You can ask any questions you have there. And if I can't get to you and answer your question, there are a lot of other vendors, beginning vendors, intermediate vendors, and then veteran vendors who've been doing it a while, who they might answer your questions as well. How much do you invest in one machine? There's no real solid answer for that, but you definitely want to try to get the best deal you can. Depends if you buy new, depends if you buy used, what type of machine you're getting. So it's a lot of factors to add in. Well, let's see here where we at. Thank you. Let's Let's see here. Best locations. Best locations for candy machines. They're best locations is really hard to say. The best locations, I would probably have to sum it up to say that wherever there's a lot of traffic, any location you can find that has a lot of traffic, that will probably be your best location to find. Use your conscious awareness to elevate your salesmanship and human interactions. It's all about the mindset and the persistence and your willingness to grow into the salesman and saleswomen. Exactly. You just have to just do it over and over. Believe in yourself. Confidence, I would say, is the probably the most important part of this business. You have to go in, stand up straight with your chest out. Don't slouch. Stand up straight. Look the people in the eye. Speak with them. Be honest with them. Tell them what you have going on, and you know, most likely, if you're confident, a lot of time that confidence really helps. Look the person in the eye. Speak. Articulate yourself well with the person when you're speaking. Explain yourself. And a lot of time that goes a long way. How are you, my brother? What's going on, man? Oh, Steve. What's up, Steve? La Famiglia Pizza in the house. I was just speaking with Steve earlier. I'm going to help my buddy get a machine for his pizzeria. He wants to get an arcade machine, and I came across an arcade machine, so I'm going to help him get one of those Pac-Man cocktail arcade tables to place in his pizza shop. It's got 60. It's a 60K multi-K game. Okay, let me see here. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's see here. Been trying to pick a business name so far. Nothing catchy comes to mind. Just keep thinking on it, man. Think about something that describes you well, and it'll come to you. Sometimes you got to write down a whole bunch of ideas. Get a pen and a pad or a note paper and just write a bunch of ideas down and just like let them flow. Don't think too much on them. Just whatever comes to mind, write them down, write them down, write them down. And once you have about like maybe 20 names on the list, you can go back and figure out which ones will work best for you. Play around with it. Do you have any vending machines and laundromats? No, I actually tried to get a couple in some laundromats. Didn't work out. They already had some machines in there and things going. I did have a guy that I was speaking with, and we were talking about getting together and me possibly placing a claw machine in his laundromat. But the guy is never there. I got his number from somebody, a friend of mine, and my phone ended up getting damaged, and I got a new phone, so I lost his number. But I need to get his number again now that you bring that up and speak with him about that again. The guy has like 9 laundromats and has a lot of things going on, so he's kind of difficult to get up with as it is. Okay, well, let me see what he says here. The hemp-derived CBD is federally legal in all 50 states. Okay, so you answered my question about that. Because it's non-psychoactive. There was a farm bill passed in 2016 allowing hemp-derived CBD products. It's the difference between marijuana and hemp. Okay, cool. Nice little piece of information. It's always good to know. Floyd said, I did the bees too. That's cool, man. Great minds think alike. How did the bees work out for you? Are you profiting well from them? Have they expanded? You know, just curious for other people who want to do more than just vending. I know I have a vending channel, and I do try to stick strictly to the subject of vending. I try not to veer too far away from it. I do like to add other little things because I know most people here are entrepreneurs and they're looking for other things. So maybe in the future I'll branch out with a few other things, but I'll always revert back to vending, and I try to keep it strictly about vending as much as possible. I've had people make suggestions that they want to see other things that I do, and I flirted with the idea of adding some other things, but I don't want to lose my audience that has come here for this channel that was built on vending. So that's why I try to strictly stick mostly to vending. If y'all would like me to talk about other things, you know, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll throw some things in here and there. But definitely let me know what you feel about that. Kids and pets can use the CBD for medicinal, non-psychoactive, organic, safe, and effective. Okay. Yeah, but it's only going to piss off people you're selling them buds. They don't want. I live in California. It'd be better to open a dispensary and place vending machines in it with edibles and gram 1/8. Yeah, if you could open a dispensary, that probably would be the better way to do it. The one guy that I did see doing the marijuana vending with the vending machine in Canada, I think it was actually in a dispensary and he had the machine there. So it wasn't like it was just a marijuana machine somewhere because people will break all into that and I can't even imagine how all types of different bad how that could go. But in a dispensary, maybe with security already in their cameras, armed security, like maybe it'll be a good idea. Late to the game tonight. Hi, it's cool. That's why we stay on for a little while. I try to make sure I give enough people time to get here. I know it's a 3 hour difference because I'm on the East Coast and out in California on the West Coast, it's a 3 hour difference. So I definitely try to keep that in mind. That's why I go up at 8, so at least it's 5 over there. And at least people have a chance to get on that are getting off of work. Do you offer 10% commission pre-vending machines? I've never offered commission. I never have. I don't think I ever will. If someone brings it up, I try to bat it down as best as possible. It depends on the location. If it's not a high traffic location, I'm not even going to consider it. I'll just go somewhere else. Not for a commission. It's not even worth it. If I've got a bulk machine and I'm not making like at least close to $100 a month, like for me, it's not even worth it. A soda machine, I'd have to be doing, I don't know, a few hundred a month. I mean, at least over 300-400 a month. I'd say closer to 500 a month to do a commission. I don't know. It really depends. But I'm trying to avoid commissions at all costs. Now, if I have a high location where it makes sense, then yeah, I'll do it. But so far, so good. I'm picking up that 8-head carousel on Saturday. Nervous. What should I look for so I don't get jacked? Just check it well. Take quarters with you. Even take something with you. Take some M&Ms, something that you can put in just to make sure that it's dispensing. Turn it right. Make sure it's dispensing. Make sure it doesn't turn without the quarter. Make sure it doesn't turn left and dispense for free. Make sure it has keys and locks. Just check everything. Look underneath it. Look on top of it. Look inside of it. Make sure that it dispenses is the most important part. And as long as it does that, I would try, run quite a few products through. Take a bag full of products that you're just going to use to try out. You're not going to sell them. You're just going to use to try it. And it's worth the investment just to make sure it works. Good luck with that. Okay, they're talking to each other. Sorry I'm late, but I made it. How's everyone doing? Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Zuri Breeze. Hey, what's going on? I like to see new people on here that I'm not used to seeing. I just bought a drink machine yesterday. That's awesome. I remember when I got my first soda machine. Did you buy it on location or did you just buy it from where did you buy it from? Did you buy it new? Did you buy it used? Did you buy it from a page like a Craigslist, Facebook, eBay, one of those? Let us know where you got it from. There's a lot of people on here interested in getting machines and they want to know where I get mine from. So, they'd like to hear probably where you got yours from too. Here's someone new who just got a drink machine. So check her comments, see where she got hers from. Okay. How you doing, buddy? I'm just soaking up the vending game. I'm glad I stopped by. Tonio Berger. Okay, awesome, man. Glad you stopped by too. Soak it in. I remember when I was starting, I was looking online and I was trying to find all the information I could, and I wish there would have been something like this for me when I was starting. There were a couple guys who were doing some vending videos, and they had some good information, but there were a lot of things, a lot of questions I had, and I couldn't really ask anybody. I just had to do a lot of research. So I'm glad that this little community is building up and getting bigger. And now I got my buddy Reyes doing it, and Jamie Farnsworth is doing it. There's a few other people doing it as well. But I see it really building up, and it's providing a bigger opportunity for more people to get more information. You should look for government vending contacts. Um, definitely a good idea. Like the guy was speaking of earlier, putting them in schools. I actually went to a couple schools and some of the videos that I did prior, but they had already had some local people in there. I left them my card if they ever decided that those vendors weren't for them anymore. If they ended up quitting the business or got out of it, because people get out of the business all the time. So it's no problem just to leave your card there with them, just in case anything happens. You always want to leave those doors open for yourself. Everyone want to be in the 40th like. Okay, I know I'm behind because I'm already at 41. 41 likes. All right. I'm trying to get those likes up. Let's see if we can reach 100 likes. I don't know if we can reach 100 likes. Maybe we can. We're almost halfway there. Okay. Problem with school locations is all the punks stealing snacks from them. That's what happened in my high school, and they ended up taking all the machines out of the high school and the middle school. Yeah, I guess that would be some issues there as well. Maybe if you could find a way to get some of those machines up in front of some security cameras or in front of a place where there's a lot of people at, that could possibly do a little better. Let's see here. How safe do you think it is to put candy machines in laundromats regarding theft? If there are cameras there, security cameras, you're probably better off. I know the majority of them have security cameras, so that could be okay. What I've seen do well in those places is soap dispensing machines. People put in like snack machines with a cage on them, and they place in there dryer sheets. They place in fabric softeners, place in things like different detergents, things like that. And a lot of them have just multiple packs of detergents. So those can do well as well. I've seen different ones that do well with the candy machines, but usually those have like a 24-hour worker. If you can find a place that has a 24-hour worker, somebody who actually is there to survey your machine, keep surveillance on it, then that's usually pretty good too. All right. Why don't you have a key master? Well, the thing about a key master is it hard to get a machine in the mall? Okay. Why don't I have a key master? Is it hard to get a machine in the mall? I actually have a video where I went into the mall trying to get a location, and the commission was something that I didn't want to deal with because it was 40%, and I wasn't willing to pay that much. So I just kind of passed on it, but I still have the open invitation. I have the application. I can fill it out and get that mall location. If I can get them down to 30%, maybe I will later. It's a different GM there, so it's not that difficult. The reason I don't have a key master is I haven't come across one yet that I felt was a good deal for me to get. Plus, usually those machines, it takes a hell of an investment to put the prizes in them, because usually you put things in there like PlayStations or Xboxes or iPads, Macs, whatever. Usually they're high expensive products that you put in there. I guess I could do one with lesser expensive products, but usually that's the lure, is having those high priced products in there, and it takes a lot of investment to put them in. If I find one and I feel like it's a good deal on it and I can get it and I can put some good products in there, then maybe I will go put it in the mall location. But they already have a key master in that mall, so I was thinking more so a claw machine. So maybe here soon I'll be putting something up. My plan is to have some arcade machines out for 2019. How often do you check your mainline machines? I guess you're talking about full line like soda and snack machines. It really depends. Usually maybe 2 weeks or so. Usually every 2 weeks I check them out. Within 2 weeks or so, give or take. It's not an exact set date, but give or take 2 weeks. Would love to hear about some of your other business ventures on a regular basis, kind of like your boy Reyes does. Hit those thumbs up, peeps. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna start adding them in. Like I said, I've been flirting with the idea of adding a few more things in. Reyes definitely does a good job with it. Um, when I started YouTube, I named it Chrome Vending because that's what I was kind of pushing towards. But maybe I should have did something like an entrepreneur channel talking about all type of stuff because I definitely like. I don't like to keep my mind in one avenue. I like to venture out in a whole lot of different things. So maybe I will start venturing into more things because I know a lot of people are hungry for different ideas. Oh, and I keep dropping this camera. Let me see here. The Velcro came off of the back of my camera that I had it sitting up here on. So let me push it on here, see if I can get it to stick. Pac-Man arcade machines. Best machine and worst machine in a week. Well, it depends because I don't do any weekly checks. Um, I have my plumbing location does pretty good for my soda machine. It does pretty good. I'd say maybe it does. I mean, it's not like a fantastic location, but it's all right. It might do maybe like I don't know. It could do anywhere from 30 to 50 in a week. Like it's all right. It's not by means like a grade location, but it's okay. That's as far as like the full line machine. Um, my triple head machines usually those do better, and I have some dealerships that do well. Um, I have a gymnastics place that I had. That place did really well. That place did like that place did like about $150 in probably like 4 weeks. So just under a month. Um, a lot of time my dealerships do well. My locksmith place does well. That place is always empty. The Mike and Mikes, they always empty out quick. Like within a month, every month I'm back there filling that place up. Um, what else? My flea market location did pretty well. Um, I got a barber shop that actually does pretty well. I got a lot of locations that do well. Um, I don't really know what's necessarily my best. I got some that are in high competition with each other. Uh, anything that's my worst is probably like some of my gumball machines that I put up as far as like the smaller machines. Like I got an insurance agency and a couple little small places, motels that they don't really do a lot, but I just leave it there because it's a location and my gumballs have a long shelf life. Like we're talking about like a year or better. So I always try to utilize even slow locations to my advantage if I have to rotate a few things around. Have you tried to buy soda straight from the warehouse? I worked for 7 Up in the past and we got cans for 10 cents and bottles for 25 cents. Yeah, I tried that. That's what I was trying to do with my Pepsi contract that I was trying to work out. But they'll give you the machines and you buy their products and they're usually overpriced. So it's usually the same kind of thing. I don't know, maybe if I wasn't to deal with the machines and I was just to buy strictly pallets of products, possibly I could get a better deal. I haven't explored in that territory yet. Maybe I guess I just want to get up some more full line machines. I'm trying to buy a few more to add to it. Okay, let's see here. Also make friends with vendors, Coke, Pepsi, or 7 Up guys, and see if they can get a discount from the warehouse. Hit the grocery stores early and you'll find them. All right, let's see here. Keebler and Nabisco. Okay, Frito-Lay guys would get free chips too. Keebler and Nabisco would get free snack size. Talk to the vendors. Yeah, I used to speak with Ray about things like that. For those of you that remember Ray, when I was starting out, I used to talk with Ray a lot. Um, Ray gets discounts on his products as well, but a lot of the stuff he gets is counted as inventory, so they know what goes into his machines, and he wouldn't want to take a chance of losing, his position by buying and selling to an outside vendor. So there are a lot of things that have to be taken into consideration. I'm sure there's always people that'll do it, but you can figure it out. It would be great if I could get a location in the warehouse where there are a lot of workers. Yeah, that'd definitely be a good spot. I just bought 10 used Vinstars for 200. Okay. So you pay $20 each. Okay, that's a good deal. That's not bad at all. What condition were they in? Were they in good condition? It would be sick to get an Amazon warehouse location. Yeah, now that would be a good idea. You'd probably have to research where is the closest Amazon warehouse location to your area. And that's actually a good idea. That's how it starts. Just Googling something, doing a research, doing a search for something. Where is the Amazon warehouse closest to my location? And if there's one pretty close to you, maybe that'd be the one you'd like to get in touch with. Give them a call, or maybe roll up on them if they're close to you, close enough that you could drive and speak to the person in person. I feel like, you can do cold call. There's always cold calling, but at the same time, I feel like it's always better to go in person and speak to a person, especially about something like this. If they're close enough and you can do it. So me personally, I've had better success being in person and physically seeing the person's reaction when I'm telling them something and knowing how their body language is. So if they're uptight, maybe I could do something or take the conversation in a different direction to ease that tightness of that body language they have. Or if they're already relaxed, then I know that I'm going down the right road. But when you're on the phone, you never really know how a person is receiving something or how they're taking it. So for me, being in person is actually a lot better. Rogue Bot Militia. Yo, I'm here, bro. You killing it, bro. Keep doing you. Okay. All right, Rogue Bot Militia. Just gonna wash them out and they need a fresh coat of paint. Okay. Cool, man. Get them painted. Get them up, man. That's your money makers. Those are your employees. You're gonna have them out there making money for you. So you definitely want to get them out and get them working for you as fast as possible. As long as they're sitting in your garage or your basement or your shed, like they're just sitting there. That's just money just sitting there. It's an investment that's just tied up, and you're actually losing value on your money when it sits in a place and it doesn't make anything. Inflation rises about 3% per year. And if you have it even sitting in the bank, it makes maybe 0.3%. So like you're losing money when it's just sitting around. And at least in the bank, you're getting the 0.3%. If it's just sitting in the vending machine that's sitting in your patio or in your basement or in the spare room or wherever it's at, the attic, like you're losing your value on that money. You may as well either just sell it and invest in something else if you're not going to place it. But if it's there, you may as well fix it up and find a spot for it. Put it to work for you. Make your money work for you. Like an employee. Should I use regular sandpaper to get rust off the poles or something else? If you want to scrub it with regular sandpaper, that's up to you. If you got the paint that peels, I have a sander, so I just plug it in and zzz, and run it like that. Maybe you can invest in one. You can buy a brand new one at Lowe's, or you can go to the flea market or Goodwill or somewhere where they have them garage sales, and you can buy a used one to save money. If you want to get started right away, you can get one at Lowe's or Home Depot. They probably even have them at Walmart, places like that. And if you don't have the money to get it, then you can just scrub it off yourself. Thanks, Mike G. Do you track your inventory and how? Yeah, I always write everything down. I keep it in a book, and I also have an Excel spreadsheet that I put online on my not online, but on my computer. I know Jamie I think he uses a software called Vinsoft, and he markets it, and I think you got to pay monthly for it, but it sets out your location routes and sends you a direct line of all your routes so that you can use less gas, less time, and you can hit your route in a certain way. And they mark inventory and tell you what you should take when you go there. And it's a nice system. He explained some of the stuff to me when we were in Vegas together, when we went out there. And he's explained a lot of things to me over the phone with it. I personally haven't used that system. I don't use that system. I have my own system that I use, but it's definitely a good system. And maybe one day in the future, who knows? Maybe I will adapt that system and implement it. Um, Dropping jewels, trying to just at least share my experience, and maybe you can learn from some of the things that I use. If it's what you choose to do, or maybe if it's what you don't want to do. Knew you wouldn't recognize me as Jay in town. What's up, Jay? Yeah, I didn't recognize the name. I've actually seen you on here before, yeah, making comments, the Rogue Bot Militia, but I didn't recognize you with that name, buddy. Good to see you on, man. Okay, Mike, so we all appreciate everything you do. You're helping lead a new generation to the business. Yeah, man. I mean, I noticed that there wasn't much in this industry. I'm also a trainer. I do a lot of personal training and physical therapy like training. And I've actually shifted that business. I used to work with a lot of athletes and younger people, but I've shifted it to a lot of elderly people. And I'm in a community called The Villages with a lot of elderly people. And I always thought that I would end up doing a YouTube channel about exercise and physical fitness, working out, things like that, motivating people. Because, that's probably the thing that I know the most about is the body, fitness, diet, nutrition, things like that. And I even started a channel, but I didn't really stick with it. I didn't stick with it. I was more intrigued with the vending business. So I ended up growing my YouTube channel over here. And I know that the genre and the competition for the workout field it's so many people trying to do it. Whereas in vending, it wasn't that many people doing it. So I felt like, if I get into it, I could probably be one of the top people in the field. And I didn't feel like that at first. I just really started documenting my journey. But as I started growing more and more, I started realizing there was more of a niche for it. That, if you just think about vending machines, maybe too many people aren't, thrilled or intrigued by vending machines. But when you think about it as a form of creating a passive income, who doesn't want to create some extra income for themselves on the side? So when you look at it in that aspect, it opens up a whole different ball field of play. Like everybody is always trying to increase their income streams. And it's a lot more people who don't got a lot of money than people who do have a lot of money. So, and I'm not telling you you're going to get rich and become a millionaire if you start putting up a bunch of small bulk candy machines or even soda snack machines or arcade. But it can create another revenue for you. It can pay another bill. Every machine you put out, this machine might pay a phone bill. This machine might pay your Wi-Fi bill. This machine might pay a gas bill. Like every machine you put out, it pays another bill. And if you get enough machines out, like you could be passively taking care of a lot of your expenses. And then once you get to the point where you take care of all your expenses, maybe you could even quit your active income job and move steady into strictly vending. Or continue whatever other thing you got going on, or take some of that money and invest in other things, like maybe real estate or some other things. You're saving up more money now. Maybe it's just a side income for you to invest in other things. But how many pieces do you need out in the field to make 5K a month? It really it's really difficult to answer that question because it's so ambiguous. It can be understood in more than one way, in so many different ways. It all depends on your grind, your hustle. Like I said, if you buy a machine and you invest a lot of money in a new machine, it's going to take a lot longer for you to make your ROI back, your return on investment. If you buy a bunch of used machines, sell a percentage of them, make your money back, now you're already out of the red and you're making money. So once you make that initial money back, then it depends on your location. What type of locations are you frequenting? Are you trying to get locations that really make a lot? Or are you just settling for a lot of lower level locations that you have to put more machines in, more of an investment? So, and then at the same time, like, are you paying commissions at these locations? Are these locations far apart where you have to drive this side of town to that side of town to the next town? Or do you have saturated areas? So, I mean, it's really hard to answer that. I know people that are doing really, really well with vending, and it's about how intelligent they are about flipping their machines, buying their machines, avoiding commissions, keeping their locations close together. If you can do that, like, I mean, and you just put up some full line machines. Some full line machines can cover 5K pretty quick. I know Sean Hoff in California, he's got a vending channel. He's got, he started with some smaller vending machines, and now he does, I think, strictly soda and snack machines. And he sold off all his bulk machines and went strictly to the full line. And he's clearing like 10K a month easily with his machines. So it all kind of depends on, like I said, what type of machines you get into, what you start with, what your starting capital is. Do you have to start small and grow? How hard is your hustle? How hard is your grind? Can you flip your business and make it multiply itself at a fast pace? If you're working an active income job, can you come home dead tired after working and still invest 3 to 4 hours into your business, fixing up machines, looking for machines, going out to try to figure out how to place machines? Like, it's all up to your hustle and your grind. But best 3 bulk candies to put out. Okay, this is my feelings on this. Is some kind of chocolate, some kind of candy, some kind of gum. And then you offer a variety, a good diversity of each particular product, whether it's regular M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, some kind of chocolate, anything else you could think of, some kind of candy, whether it's Runts, Jelly Beans, Skittles, Mike and Ike, Sprees, whatever kind of candy you could think of, and then some kind of gum. And usually those are the best 3. I mean, you can play with it from location to location, but that seems to be like the best method that I've found. If I get one location, then I know I'm on the right path. That's all it takes. Get your first location. Worry about getting that first one. Once you get that first one, like I said earlier, that's a victory. Once you get those little small victories, those small victories build confidence. And once you build confidence, baby, you are a force to be reckoned with, because confidence, it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. Once your confidence is so high, like nobody can shut you down. People can tell you the most negative thing in the world. People can insult you. People can say anything they want. But it doesn't matter. It goes in one ear and out the other, because you know what you're capable of. If you have 1 million people telling you you're great at something, and then you have 100 telling you you're not, like, who are you going to listen to? You already know. If you get those locations, that confidence builds up, and it only starts with that first one. Look into FAI Institute for Training Older People. I went to training, and it's very impressive, and you can utilize a lot of their tactics. Yeah, I'm always looking to learn. I always take courses. I always got to renew my certifications every 2 years. So I'm always taking new courses, always learning about the medical field, just for my own self, individually. I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. I do in-home personal training. I go to their homes and train them in their homes. And those people are all pretty wealthy and retired. Almost everybody that I train, all those elderly people that are retired, they're all wealthy, and they live in houses like, I don't live in a small house, but they all live in houses that are substantially larger than mine. So they've all done pretty well for themselves. And I enjoy training them. They take care of me pretty well for training them. And they all buy packs. I don't do just 1 and 2 training sessions. I do large packs of training. So I would say that's more of my active income, and that's what I do mostly through the week. And then in between clients, I take care of other things that I have going on, and vending and YouTube videos and things like that are what I do in between, along with a few other things. But yeah, let's keep moving on these comments. I'm going to read a few more comments here, and then it's almost time to go eat. What is the best bulk candy to put in your bulk machines? Okay, I think I just answered that. How much time does your vending business take on a weekly basis to run? Once you get the machine out, like, it just pretty much takes going to those locations and refilling your product, collecting your money, and pretty much wiping it down, cleaning it up pretty good, and leaving. Me, it takes me a little longer because I have to film. I do my videos and things like that. But the time that I actually spend in vending is very, very little. unless you're gonna like, you obviously got to count the time. If you want to grow your vending business, you have to go out. You have to go out and look for locations. You have to take those machines and place them. So obviously, the faster you get yeses, then the less time you involve yourself in the vending business. But when you get to the location, usually it's pretty fast, in and out, refill, collect, clean up, and go. Unless there's an issue, sometimes issues arise. Your machine is not dispensing properly. There's damage. There's something you always take. I always have some tools with me that I take that I can do like instantaneous repairs at the moment. But for the most part, like you're in and out. And if you get a bulk candy machine, maybe 30 days if it's a fast location, maybe 45 to 60. Maybe you got a slower location that's like 90. Or maybe you got a gumball location like I do that's super slow and it's like 6 months. And those I don't even really count. I just like have those there for an extra source. Soda machines, maybe you'll be back a little faster, especially in faster locations. But for the most part, in the beginning, I was super excited and I wanted to get the locations faster and faster. So I'd go like quick. I'd go like every couple weeks and I was more like anxious. But now, as I've gotten to the point that I have more, I want to eliminate my workload while increasing my payload. So I try to stretch my locations further and further apart. If I go to a location, I'll write down, okay, I came back in 30 days and it's only halfway. So I know that I can try 45 the next time. If I come in 45 days and I know that it's still like a good little amount, maybe I can stretch it to 60. Or maybe it gets so low that I'm like, okay, I don't want to wait this long. I want to come back when maybe it's a quarter filled and then refill it. So I know I need to come back. And you just kind of, it's all trial and effort, you know? It's all your experience. But the time is very little once you have the location set up and you have good functioning machines, as long as you don't have any issues or problems. And maybe you could do it on a weekend. Maybe you say, I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday because maybe I have 20 machines. I'm going to take Saturday and I'm going to go and do my route Saturday every 30 days or every 45 days. And you take that Saturday and you go and do all your machines. Now, once you get 50, 80, 100, 200 machines, then now you got to spend a little bit more time. You have to kind of like figure out how you're going to do your route. But at this time, you're making more money, so you're taking it more serious like a full-time job. But it's all up to just the trial and error, you know? Have you ever had anyone vandalize your machines or break them to get food out? Yes, I actually have, and I have a few videos. I had one at the flea market and my combo machine at the senior apartment. Go check those videos out. One was the flea market, and the other one was that I actually just uploaded not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago. And one of my combo machines was vandalized by a senior citizen of all people, you know, so you just never know who will do it. But they're getting ready to put some cameras in there, and I've been working on some other things. I got some ideas, so we're going to see what we have going on about getting some more machines up in there and getting things taken care of before I actually put my products back in. Do you have any toy machines? Yeah, I have some toy capsule machines in a couple locations. I actually had a stand machine that had 4 on the bottom, 2 on the top, so it was 6. And I had it at a flea market, but I just pulled it recently. But I do have a couple other locations with them. I don't even know if I've ever done a video in some of those locations. Let me see here. Have I ever had a problem with peanut machines? Yeah, I was speaking about that earlier. I don't even really like peanuts anymore. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Taz G Pizza. It's time for me to go eat. That's my cue. I appreciate everybody coming on here. Before everybody goes off, y'all do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button for me one more time. I always give away free 99 knowledge like my buddy Reyes, the entrepreneur, says. But at the same time, the thumbs up and the comments help. All your views help. YouTube takes care of me a little bit. It's building up. It's not to the point that I can even really talk about it, but it's building up. I'm trying to get to the point where YouTube is a substantial income for me as well. I'd really like to go strictly YouTube. Well, not strictly. I probably would never do anything full time, but I'd like to invest more of my time in my YouTube videos. So I'm definitely trying to increase my subscriber base. I'm trying to increase the views that I get, because by increasing my views and thumbs up and comments, YouTube boosts me higher in the search engine and they recommend my videos to more people. So the thumbs up definitely helps. So I appreciate y'all, all y'all coming on here, spending your time with me today, tonight. And I enjoy all of your questions, comments, and I got a video coming up here soon. I spoke about earlier of the Feed 42 charity event I have. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get that up. I got some other videos coming up. Repairing soda machines. I had a jam in one of my soda machines and I had to deal with it and fix it. So I have that coming up. And I got a few other ideas coming up here soon that I'm working on. Hopefully I'll be getting these locations to add to my route here. It'll be the first time I actually buy an established route that's already up, because normally I just buy the machines and put it up myself. But as I'm growing and adapting in my business, I'm taking more chances and trying different endeavors, moving into different things. So I'm going to be buying some established routes and trying those things out. I'm going to be working with Pepsi here come January. I'm going to try that out. I'm trying to figure out this thing about these cages and maybe some spy cams for the inside of the machines. But there's a lot of things that I got going on. I've got all these ideas written down. They're not going to come, one right after the other, but it's going to take a little time to develop. So I got a lot of things coming here soon, but I got another video coming up here soon. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go eat and work on this other video. I got a video coming up here also. I'm about to go film what to do in case you have damaged products, or maybe some products goes bad in some of your machines, how you can utilize it without throwing it away. And I'm not talking about bugs, ants, or roaches, but just maybe like overheating or melting a little bit. You can't sell your product like that. But I got another idea of what you can do with it so you don't completely waste it. And I'm going to be putting that video up here soon. So I'm going to get out of here. I thank all y'all for coming on. I thank all the people who donated and did the super chats. Thank you very much. That's all going to go right back into my YouTube channel and business. I'm going to just invest in a better camera. I got to get some microphones coming up here soon. But it's got to make sense for me to do it. Everything that I get from YouTube, I'm going to put back into it. Just like everything I get from vending, I put back into it. With the exception of like going on my Vegas trip. That was a business trip, or going skydiving, things that I do. I also do some things, buy more machines. I invest right back in my business. And that's the true way to get your business to grow. But thanks again for coming. I'm going to get out of here. Love all my subscribers. And I'll see y'all next time I make another video.